Hi everyone, we are live. This is the Real Estate Conference 2024. I'm so excited. Last year was so amazing, and this year promises to be much more amazing. We already have our first speaker in the house. We already have our first speaker in the house. I'm very sure you are ready to learn, ready to explore the real estate markets, and for those that are looking to have a career, are looking to go into the real estate niche, you are already super pumped for this session and you're ready to learn all it takes to be effective to go into this business and excel. So we're not going to be wasting any time at all. We already have our speaker with us here, my very own Madam Landlady. Thank you so much, ma, for being here with us. Thank you so much,
Well,
ma. All
thank
right.
you.
Thank you, ma. So my name is Mercy Agbede. Mercy Agbede, and I'm the convener of the Real Estate Conference 2024. As I said, we had a session, a program like this last year, and we saw the need to have another segment because it was really powerful and impactful. So that is why we are here. So I'm going to be reading our speaker's bio as we have our speaker. Now we have with us Madam Landlady Mercy Okeke. So I'm just going to read our bio quickly, and then we have her. She's fully ready for us. Okay. Mercy Chinonso Okeke, also known as Madam Landlady, has been a dedicated real estate consultant and sales professional since 2018 in Lagos, Nigeria. Mercy Okeke's passion extends beyond profit margins. She is an advocate for sustainable urban development across Nigeria and Africa. She has been a real estate consultant since 2018, partnering with renowned real estate development companies in Nigeria, and has successfully served numerous clients across 5 continents of the world. It is my utmost pleasure to have Miss Mercy Okeke, Madam Landlady, speak to us this evening, speak to the realtors, the aspiring realtors in the house. Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, everybody.
You're welcome, ma. You have the floor, ma.
Yeah, yeah, I'm trying to share this to a couple of persons, like share the link so that I can have more persons join us. I'm not sure why it's not even like letting me share or something, you know. But I'm not sure why it's not letting me share. Good evening, everybody. Nevertheless, we can just proceed. My name is Messi, like Messi has said, and it's so good to be here. And I want to believe that we all here are realtors or aspiring realtors. We play in the industry to, sell properties just like I do. So I think I should do like a brief background story, right? Brief background story. I started doing real estate in like 2017, and contrary to what many people think, I don't have a background in estate management, or will I say, I wasn't even planning to be. This was not like what I wanted to do. So it was not a passion. It was not a what's it called, like something I was looking to do. I just found myself here because I was hunting for a job at that time, looking for funds to start a small business, and I needed business capital. And then I found this company that needed an office assistant, and because the plan for me was to raise money, like get a job, raise money, and then start my hair business, And I said, okay, let me work. So I told my friends to help me find a job. That was in 2017, and I told them to help me find a job. And the next day, one of my friends told me, "Oh, I have this friend who needs an office assistant." And I said, "Okay, sign me up for the job." I went for the interview. I think the next day I went for the interview, and it was an office cleaner they actually wanted. That's the company actually wanted an office cleaner, and the pay was 20,000 naira, right? And it did not make sense that I was looking for business capital of up to 1 million naira to start a hair business, and I was taking a job of 20,000 naira. How long was I going to save to raise 1 million naira? But I took the job, nevertheless. And a few days into the job, I figured that this company was doing real estate. And then one of those days, the manager at the office at that time called me and she was like, "Oh, Messi, beyond just being a cleaner, you can, become a realtor with the company and make money for yourself. And I did the mathematics. I said, okay, if this company sells properties and they have told me I can sell properties and make up to 15% commission, why not just begin to promote the company's properties, and then make enough commissions that I can use to start up my hair business. And that was how I began, marketing real estate in towards the ending of 2017. And I was really excited to do it because I needed the money. I was really excited to do it because I felt like, oh, in 1 month, 2 months, I could make all this money I wanted. But hey, I went almost 2 years without closing a single deal. And all of these years, I was going from Alaba International Market to Trade Fair Market to all the markets. If you are familiar with Lagos, you will know all of these big markets. And I was going from that market to one market, marketing those products, but nobody was even, giving me any green light. And there was no sale for close to 2 years. And in 2019, 2020, I started to do something differently. I started to do something differently. And that's what changed the game for me. That even in the heat of COVID-19, the sales I had not made in 2 years, I made so much sales in 2020, even in the heat of the lockdown and all of that. So on this session, I'll be sharing with you, according to Messi has told me, to talk about how you can get clients as a realtor, how you can get clients, and the strategies I can convert strangers to clients. All of my clients, a large percentage of my clients today are people I don't know, people that have not even seen me before. Many of them are not even in Nigeria. I have clients in across 5 different continents. I didn't say countries, 5 different continents in the world, you know. And these are people who buy from me repeatedly and then they refer me. They don't know me, they've not seen me. Oh, so how did I meet them? They're complete strangers, right? So how did I meet them? I also have clients who are even in Lagos right here with me, but they bought property, but we've not even seen each other. And then I'm inviting them for inspections. Oh, come and see your property now. And they be like, oh, Mercy, don't worry, I trust you. Just handle everything. How am I able to get complete strangers to trust me enough and buy properties from me and even refer me? And when I mean properties, I'm talking about not just 1 million, 2 million. I have clients who have bought properties of over 40 million, over 50 million, you know, and it's been like up to 2 years that they have not even seen their property. So how do I get them? And I'll go straight to the point and tell you what made it work for me. So coming from almost 2 years without making a single sale, one day I just said, okay, let me start marketing on my social media platform because I used to be very active on Facebook, but I wasn't posting about my properties there. I was just doing normal social media lifestyle and all of that. I wasn't doing anything active on social media. But I just said, okay, let me just take social media more seriously. I started posting on my Instagram, I'll post on my Facebook about properties. I'll just make 1 or 2 videos. I'll just, write 1 or 2 things and I'll talk about property investments. And then that was how in September 2019, one man reached out to me. He saw the picture flyer I posted on my Facebook story. And he was like, I want to buy this property. And that was how this man bought that property of 1.2 million in 2019. And I said, okay, so this social media thing actually does work. And then I went hard on social media. 2021, I began to intentionally, 2020 and 2021, I began to intentionally build my brand. So one way as a realtor, so I get a lot of realtors who say, oh, how do I start? How do I meet people? I don't know anybody. How do I get customers? Nobody knows me. One way you can start doing that is number one, build a strong online presence. That's number one. Build a very strong online presence. Especially if you're like me that doesn't have, as at that time, didn't know too many people, just one person trying to make a name for yourself, trying to just do something with your life. You don't know anybody. Your life is always from house to church, from church to work. You don't really know many people. One way you can get people to know you, to like you, and trust you to do business with you is building a strong online presence. If you sell anything at all, if you do any kind of business at all, you would agree with me that many of your customers are often strangers. Not too many times we have family that patronize us. But many times the family they even have this see finish. They don't see you, the familiarity, you understand. They don't think, no be this my small cousin where they born the other day, you understand. So many times your customers are even actual strangers. So how do you get actual strangers to like you and trust you enough to give you millions? Because properties is not handbag. It's not handbag of 10K, 20K that somebody can just buy and don't care if they get scammed. The average person buying property, even if it's a land of 500K, they are scared. They've been scammed before. If you meet ten persons who want to buy a property today, if you listen to eight of them, at least eight of them have been scammed before. At least eight of them have one story of somebody that was scammed, or how they bought one property and they did not give them they always have bad stories to tell. So how will such kind of people trust you again to do business with you? How do you convince them past all their emotional trauma that they have from previous experience? You have to build a strong online presence. And when I say strong online presence, I like to give an instance. Look at the celebrities that you admire today. The celebrities that you admire. Let me give an instance. Let's say Davido. You all know Davido now. I'm a Davido fan. He sings good music. We like him. OBO, 001. We are all hyping him. We love him. OBO opens a restaurant here today, and then the next building, there's also a woman who is who has like four children. She's struggling to survive, but she also owns a restaurant selling food, the same food that the video is selling. When you want to buy food, where are you going to go to? We are all going to go to Davido's store, right? Why would you leave the woman who needs more money? Why would you leave her and go and patronize the video that has too much money for a lifetime? It is a strong online presence, because the video people buy from people who represent a lifestyle that they want to be like, that they want to be a part of. That's the reason why many people are obsessed with celebrities. They have a strong online presence, and I'm going to tell you what you can do to have such strong online presence. It's not about dancing on TikTok, right? So when I say build a strong online presence, I'm telling you as a realtor to invest in your branding. Strongly invest in your branding. And Dr. Mercy holding conferences like this, of course, is to educate you as upcoming realtor, but it's majorly building her brand and setting her apart as a strong authority in her industry. Do you get? So as a realtor, you need to start being more intentional about your online presence. What are you sharing? What are you talking about online? What are you posting online? What are you commenting on online? You said you want to be that person that strangers will like you enough to give you their millions for business, but when they come online to see you, the things you are sharing and the way you are looking doesn't represent a picture of who they want to do business with, and you're wondering why you're not making sales. You said, look at your online presence. Are you going to buy from you? Do you trust you from the things you are sharing? Do you trust yourself enough to handle millions? You have to look the part, because people are closing deals. I am telling you for a fact that there are deals online people are closing every single day, and I myself have been a huge partaker, simply because I took the time, I took the sacrifice to build my online presence. If you know, at a point in time, I had to work with a brand strategist. So I'm grateful that Messi has a branding guy. Akan Goswill is coming up very soon. You may want to pay attention to his session, because it's very, very vital. You want people to know you, like you, and trust you to do business with you. Please build a strong online presence. And then how can you build that online presence? Number two, value-based marketing. Value-based marketing. Value-based marketing is a game changer for me. So you want to sell properties, everybody is posting, oh, buy land in Lagos, buy land in this, buy land in that. People are tired of seeing people who just tell them to buy. Let me just give you another instance. Me and Messi are here, right? And let's say you, Faith, I can see Faith Oluwadumi, I want to believe that's the name. On Faith Oluwadumi Ninu. For example, Messi is here, Messi Agbede is here, and Messi Okeke is here. And then you, Faith, you are the investor, you want to buy a property. So, but you can only buy from one person. So it means that either Messi, Dr. Messi Agbede, or me myself have to convince you enough to choose. One of us have to convince you enough, and it's the person who convinces you more that you would buy from. So now there is two of us. How do you choose? The market in Nigeria is very saturated. If you miss 10 people, 8 of them are doing real estate. So how do you choose who to buy from? That's where value-based marketing comes in. So if Messi tells you, oh, sir, I have this land. The land is in Edo State. The land is 100. The land is let's say 10 million naira. If you buy this land, you have C of O. You have this. You have that. And Messi is telling you everything you need to know about the property. And then me on the other hand, I approach you and I use a different approach and I tell you, oh hello sir, what's the purpose why you want to buy this property? Right? And then you tell me, oh, you want to buy it because you want to build maybe student hostel. And then I tell you that, oh, this place where you want to build a student hostel is not a profitable location because Uniben is about 1 hour drive from here. There's no university around here. So if you are building a student hostel here, you're not going to sell because students don't want to stay very, very far away from their school so that you don't have to pay too much on transport. I am educating the client that this location is not the best location for their purpose of purchase. So I'm not trying to convince the client to buy so I can make money. I'm convincing him to buy so that it suits his purpose of purchase. So that when they finish buying, they don't regret that decision. Even if it's a very profitable investment, you can buy properties in a location where you end up regretting that this location was not the best suit location for your purpose. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm asking the client, what's your purpose of purchase? Why do you want to buy? Do you want to build hostels? Do you want to build, residential house? And then I recommend then I now tell the person, oh, XY, where is Uniben located? Please tell me. Ugbowo, abi? Ugbowo, So I now tell the
Yes,
man,
Ugbowo.
instead of
Ugbowo.
instead of buying in I don't know many places in Benin, but I'm trying to use Benin here.
Ekenwa. Ekenwa.
Instead of buying in Ekenwa,
Ekenwa.
let me get you another property in Ugbowo, right? And then the man will say,
Ugbowo.
this is
Yes.
not even advise me very well. She's only telling me to buy. You have to see your book. But me, on the other hand, I care about him having a profitable investment. The man
Yes.
will buy from
Yes.
me.
Yes.
Why? I came with value-based marketing. I didn't just tell him buy, but I make commission. So you want to talk to your client. You want to ask them questions. You want to educate them. If you go through my YouTube channel or my Facebook or my Instagram, you're gonna see I make a lot of videos, a whole lot of videos. How to know a good location, how to understand
A
property
lot.
documents, how not to be scammed, environmental issues, flooding, how to manage flooding, waste. There's no video I have not covered on real estate. There's nothing I have not covered, from investment trust to joint ventures. Mention it, I've covered a lot. I have a lot of videos. I have about 69 videos right here on my YouTube channel. And if you go on Facebook, over 200 videos. So there's no way you come to my channel and you don't learn something. So and that's the way clients see this thing and then they trust me. So I can make a video and just say, oh, how to know locations that are thriving. The other 2 years ago, I made a video and I said 5 locations that will become the next big thing in 2025. And I mentioned Uyo, Asaba, Port Harcourt, Ibadan, and where again? I think Ekpe Ejebode, Ogun State. I mentioned those 5 locations in 2022. 2 years down the line, it's already happening. People are moving to Ibadan to invest. People are moving to Asaba, Port Harcourt, because Lagos market is becoming too expensive. People are moving to other locations in the southwest and in the south. But I said it like 2 years ago. So you need to be able to understand your industry. You need to learn about your industry. You want to sell properties, you need to invest in knowledge. You have to learn. Because it's what you learn that you can give out. If you don't know anything, you can't say anything. So you want to do value-based marketing, you have to have insight on your industry. You have to know your industry. You have to learn. Give yourself to study. Learn about your industry. Attend events like this that helps you learn. There are books online and offline that you can read. There are events you can attend. There are books. There are email letters you can subscribe to that helps you learn about your industry. So that when you come out, they will know that this one, and then you talk. When people hear what you say, they can trust you enough to buy from you. Am I making sense, please? Am I talking too fast?
Yes, ma'am. No, 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 not at all.
Okay. So I've talked about building a very strong online presence, and how you can do that is investing in your branding and investing in value-based marketing. You are a realtor, you need to begin to put out contents that are very, very educative. Stop posting buy this land. That should not be the only thing you are posting. So if you are posting like 5 posts in a day, at least in a week, let me say that, at least 3 posts should be educative content. Educating your client. Oh, what is C of O? What is this document? How do I know a good location? At the time I did a video on how to transfer your property, even if you go through a divorce sometime last year, when there was it last year, I mean 2 years ago, when there was this divorce everywhere. People were divorcing their spouses, and I called my lawyer and I was like, barrister, let's do a live video and talk to people about how you can transfer, how you can preserve your property even if you divorce. Because at that time, people that were divorcing, the women were taking 50% of their husbands, properties. So men were losing properties in quotes. And then we did that video and we're like, okay, if you're getting married, you want to get a divorce or whatever, how can you still preserve your properties? And we did that video, and it was wonderful because it was the trend at the time. We also did a video how to transfer properties to your children by will, because there was this trend of fathers or parents dying and they have property, but when they die, their children cannot take these properties and still have them. You have family members dragging their property, and I called my lawyer again. Okay, let's do a video how you can will your property to your children in a way that even if you die tomorrow, nobody's dragging your land to your children. And then we did that video. Tell me how you watch me do that kind of video and you won't trust me to buy from me, because these are things that people don't talk about every single day. Nobody is praying for a
Definitely.
divorce. And some people are asking me, are you praying that people should divorce? It's not my prayer, but people are divorcing hello, so why not? People are dying, so why not the conversation? So you need to begin to have sound industry insight. You need to be mindful about how you are putting yourself out there. The kind of content that you put out, tells people what to think about you. If the only content you're putting out is how you are dancing and dancing away on TikTok, you think I will trust to buy from you when all you do is dance and dance and dance and post videos of you just catwalking? Are you a model? Or are you a dancer? Except you are a dancer. How will I buy from you when everything you are posting is how is how all the Niger blog, all the Insta blog and then gossip Niger? Are you a blogger? Why is everything on your page Insta blog and the Niger gist? Why? And you say you're a realtor. So go through my page, through Mercy's page, and see what we are sharing. Industry focused information. I'm not posting what is trending in Nigeria. It does not concern me. So be mindful of what you're sharing. But everything you're sharing comes together to build your online presence, and that means that people will trust you to buy from you or not. So that's very, very important. If you are here, please make sure you join Mr. Goswin session when he comes on. Branding is very, very important for realtors. In a market like Nigeria that is very saturated, it's important that you brand yourself, stand out. All right. So moving on, how you can get clients, especially to combat strangers to clients. Another thing you want to do after you have a strong online presence, after you are invested in value-based marketing, the next thing you want to do is, what company are you working with? What company are you partnering with? That's another thing that can stain your whites. You cannot invest in yourself and you have industry knowledge, and then you are partnering with the company that does not keep to their word, that does not keep to their part of the bargain. Maybe they don't allocate, they don't give documents on time. It's going to make clients not even trust to come and buy from you again. Imagine I buy from you and then how many months you've not given me documents, nothing at all. How will I even refer you? But if you work with a company that, in 1 month, 2 months, they deliver, the client will be happy and say, I can buy from you. I'll refer my friends to you. Do you understand? So ensure that you are partnering with a company that makes sense. As a newbie realtor, you want to work with somebody like Mercy so that she can recommend companies that she also partners with, so that you don't go and put your hands, because there's a whole lot of drama happening in the industry. Even companies that have registered fronting as companies, but they're actually scamming you behind the scene. So who are you partnering with? Ensure you partner with a reputable company in Nigeria that have products that they have delivered on. Personally, I don't partner with newbie companies. All these up and coming companies, God bless you, you will rise in Jesus' name, but I'm not going to be the one use and learn work. So I don't partner with newbie companies. You must at least be in the market for like 5 years minimum, or 5 years, because that's how I know you have structure. That's the way I know you have structure. In 5 years, the company should have a track record and structure. Without track record, without structure, I don't wake up one morning and they say the company I work with has folded up. And according to statistics, it is said that 5 years is enough for a company to stand gidigba. Any company that cannot stand in 5 years, I mean, any company that doesn't have a very good structure, in 5 years maximum, they're going to fail. 5 years is 3 years. Without structure, a company of 3 years will not even stand the test of time. So if your company can survive the first 5 years of their existence, I can trust you in quotes, and then I see what you've delivered, and I can trust you to work with you. So you want to be sure that you're working with reputable companies that would not, sabotage your efforts. The number four The number fourth thing is something you also need to learn: how to communicate your ideas with precision. Learn how to communicate your ideas. Learn how to speak, please, because many people have very good, the property is very beautiful, everything about it is nice, but when you come on a video or when you're talking to the client, you are not even flowing, you are stammering, your mouth is not running like a typewriter. Why? It's very important that you know how to communicate your ideas. Learn how to communicate what is in your head, because when it comes to selling to people buy your conviction, people buy your confidence, and that's the way somebody can confidently sell a scam. Why did they sell a scam and people buy? Because they communicated it with so much excellence. It's a scam, or it's actually a lie, but people bought it. What made Nigerians are always being scammed every single day? How did a human being, a full-blown adult, get scammed? How? It means that the person who was selling that scam to the person communicated that thing that it sounded like the truth. So you that has a very good product, why can't you communicate your own to sound like the truth when your own is even the actual truth? Your own truth is sounding like a lie. Meanwhile, their own lie and their own scam sounds like the truth. There's a problem somewhere. Am I making sense? So you see that you need to learn how to
Yes, ma,
communicate
a lot.
very well as a realtor. If I don't feel confidence from what you are speaking, I cannot buy from you. If you are speaking and you're like, is along, I think it is. You cannot be thinking. You cannot be assuming. You have to know. Even me at my stage, I still have to write my script before I do a video. I still write things down. How much more a newbie? So that everything I'm saying in a video, I am reading it off my script. So when I'm done with the video, you think, oh, that you watch it and you're like, oh, this makes sense. So you need to learn how to communicate your. If you have to write, you write. If you have to memorize, you memorize. If you have to read and read and read until you build that confidence, please do. Because confidence is transferred. There's a way I can confidently say something and you don't even want to know whether it is a scam or not. You just buy based on the way I confidently sold that to you, based on the way I communicated that thing to you. So yes, learn how to communicate effectively. I still watch videos on how to pronounce some words effectively, how to pronounce some words. I still go and watch other speakers like Fusi Tempeguayo, like TEDx speakers. I still go to their YouTube and watch their videos just to learn how to speak. There's a guy I follow on Instagram, and what this guy teaches on Instagram is he teaches speakers when you are speaking, how do you move your hand? There are a lot of things you need to learn as, because you're going to be doing a lot of presentations, presenting to clients, to investors, to maybe an audience like this. So you need to learn a whole lot about how to communicate your ideas. And then moving on, another thing you also have to do is to make your sales process less cumbersome. Make your sales process less stressful. Have you ever tried to buy a particular product, maybe online or maybe in a physical store? You were trying to buy that product, and the person told you, ma, you have to go online, you fill a form, you put your passport, you put your signature, you put your. By the time they tell you all these things, what happens? You be like, I beg, I don't get power, I don't do again. You ever felt that way? You ever felt that you want to buy a particular product or anything, and then they are stressing you with your own money? How do you feel?
Yes, sir.
You want to walk away from that thing. And I've
Exhausted.
observed people do not like to be stressed. If I go on the website and I want to buy something, find out that the website is demanding for too many things, I'll just leave and go and find somewhere else to buy that thing, because don't stress me. So customers do not like being stressed in their sales process. I mean, they work to make the money. Please collect it and don't stress my life. So many times I have clients who want to fill a particular form and they be like, Messi, I don't have the time. I find a way to make it easy for them, to ensure that from the point where the client reaches out to you, to the point where they book an inspection, to the point where they make payments and get documents and get allocated, don't stress them. Don't stress them. Yesterday, I had a client who went for an inspection in Abuja, and he was telling me, "Oh, Messi, can we reschedule the inspection because my car is at the mechanic, and I don't want to be driving around Abuja without my car." I told him, "Sir, can I book a ride for you?" That's what I told him. Let me send you a driver to come and pick you, just so that you will not feel like I'm the one that is stressing you. And he was like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll get my car by tomorrow." But I was ready to book a ride for him. So that doesn't feel like, oh, because there's no car, you will not buy again. Because customers, any small thing they've turned up, they're not buying again. Small thing, they just feel like, let me maybe do something else. That's how I was telling the man, let me book the ride for you. And then eventually they had the inspection yesterday. So you want to make your sales process less cumbersome. Don't stress your clients. From the point they reach out to you to the point where they call you on the phone. And when a client calls me on the phone, I have two phones. The moment the client calls me on the phone and tells me, hello Mercy, I saw this property you posted, it's a 3 bedroom, but the first thing I do is to open the information I have about that property. I have where I save every single detail about a particular property. So once you call me and you mention that property, the first thing I'm doing, I'm picking up my phone, I'm going to that information, so that when you are asking me questions, I know what to say. I'm not saying, is it the one in Aja? Is it the one in Shongote? You just so that you can stay accurate. So that you're not saying, sir, I'll get back to you. Let me go and look at it. Look at what. So you need to be sure that you're not making your sales process too stressful. If not, the customer may just be like, whoa, let me go and find somewhere else to buy from. Do you understand? So make your sales process less cumbersome. I've talked about building a strong online presence. I've talked about value-based marketing and having insights on your industry, that's learning about your industry. I've talked about communicating your ideas with precision. I've talked about having having a less cumbersome sales process. The next thing, there are a lot of things here, but I'm not sure we can cover everything like right now. I want to just try to just pick a few things and give you guys, because it might take a long time. Messi, do we have any other speaker?
Ma.
Is there anyone coming up after me?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
Okay, so how much time do I have?
Okay, we still have. Yes. Okay, we still have up to 20 minutes.
Okay, so let me
20,
run through.
25 minutes.
Okay, I can run through what I have here then. So we're talking about how you can get clients,
Yes.
and then strategies that will convert strangers to clients. I'm giving you like how you can get having a strong online presence. Talk about value-based marketing to literally attract clients to you. That's too much. Talked about the communicating your ideas, your less cumbersome sales process. I've also talked about value-based marketing, right? So moving on, another thing I want to talk about here is enthusiasm. Building enthusiasm and building hype around your product. So I figure that in Nigeria, we buy what people hype. Many things that we buy today were because somebody hyped it. I'm wearing a bold straight hair because, Nigerian girls hyped bold straight hair, and I joined them and buy. So now people are buying things based on peer pressure, based on, one celebrity is wearing it or is using it, let me buy, let me use it. People buy mostly what is hyped, mostly what is trending. And when I learned that in about 2 years now, I said, okay, I'll begin to build hype around my products. So as a realtor who is selling more value than Louis Vuitton bags, I dare say, you have more value than Louis Vuitton bags, right? So for a realtor who is selling such, why don't you hype your properties? Why? It's more valuable than the Rolls Royce, I dare say. So build hype around your product. Build hype around your product. Don't just sell it as if you are selling one regular thing that comes to the market every single day. Learn how to hype your product, because people buy hype. So if you can go through my videos and see when I'm talking about the particular property, you will think that's the next best thing after Nigeria's national flag. So you need to learn how to hype your product. Please, it's very important, because people these days buy what is being hyped. They buy what is trending. They buy it when they see people are rushing a particular thing. That's how we buy. That's how only very few persons will buy something because, I really need it. Many times we end up going to market and buying what we don't even need, simply because the seller said, madam, this one, the one where they rain, no, this one, the one where they buy. You end up buying. You leave what was on your initial list coming to the market, and then you buy what the woman told you, and then in the rain. So learn to hype. I have to learn intention to hype my product, because people buy hype. And then my customers even tell me, Messi, all this your video. Every day I'm doing, for sometime in 2020, I did a 60 days marketing for one product. One property for 60 days. I was hyping it every single day for 60 days. And in 2019, no, 2020, I sold about 17 plots on that property. Last year, I repeated the same thing, the same hype, and I sold 124 plots in Port Harcourt just by simply hyping that everybody is going to the south, everybody south, you know. And then 124 plots in 30 days just by hyping that Port Harcourt is the next big thing in the south. People want to buy hype, give them hype. Even my client will tell me that, Messi, that video you have been posting, I want to know what is in that property. I want to know. Let me buy. Okay, I don't. So long as the property is a good one anyway, why don't you hype it? People buy hype. People buy enthusiasm. So I always tell others, have enthusiasm about your products. Buy your products first. Like, buy it with your heart. Be convinced about it. Love it first. And that way you can sell it to people. Do you get? So people buy hype. So ensure that you are building hype. Don't just market your brand. Have you seen where maybe Viva detergent or Coca-Cola or Glow are doing adverts for their property? You ever seen companies advertising? Do you see how they go and produce music? Oh, if you see behind the scene where they are doing adverts for all this, maybe Viva detergent or Maggi or no, they do full blown marketing. They are singing, they are dancing, and they are, it's enthusiastic. And many times those ads keep ringing in our head. Me and you can remember some kind of Indomie ads that we watched when we were small. Mama, you too good, oh, you too good. Mama will cook for us. You give us Indomie. Think about it, Papi, I'm not saying one day you go make us proud. All of those ads we had when we were much younger. We still remember them. We still sing those songs. How come the marketing that you're marketing? I cannot even know what you were saying
So
yesterday.
many years.
I can't remember what you told me yesterday. But some ads have a way of sticking to your heart. So be intentional about the way you were talking about the particular product, because people will always remember how your advertising made them feel. I saw a video this week where Hilda Bassi, she's a brand ambassador for Viva detergent, and they did a full blown video shoot for Viva detergent, and then she wore Aqua Ibom outfit, and then she sang Aqua
Yes, I
Ibom
saw it.
song.
Yes,
In
with
that
Vicky
advert,
said.
they sang Akwa Ibom song. They sang I think they sang Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa, and then Akwa Ibom. What are you trying to do? They're trying to appeal to different tribes of people. I did a video sometime this year about Ibadan. I
Tribes,
had to
or
go and learn
cultures.
how to speak Ibadan eulogy. I had to tell one of my friends who is an Ibadan, I told the guy, please teach me this Ibadan eulogy. And I learned it. I spoke Ibadan eulogy in that video. And people bought Ibadan because I was able to identify with the people. So be intentional about your marketing. Don't just do video and post randomly. People are investing in marketing. Don't just write anything. I have a video I want to do for next year, and I won't talk about it in public until you guys see it. But when you see it, you'll be wondering, now the same real estate where they say, now this girl is sell. So be intentional about, be creative about your marketing. Be creative about your marketing. Don't just do random video in your house, sitting down on this. Be creative. Think about ideas. Think about ideas. How can I market? Everybody just doing normal video on the site. What can I do differently? Do you have to speak a language? Do you have to just think about what you need to do to make that property more appealing? Because people see that energy, people see that sacrifice, they see that effort, and they will reward you for it. Customers buy for the craziest reasons. I have a man who bought and said, because I'm a Chelsea fan, is the reason why he bought that land from me. Because I'm a Chelsea fan. So I was saying, okay, if it's not Chelsea, let us continue supporting this Chelsea now. You understand? People buy for crazy reasons. Somebody bought because my mommy used to make boo dresses for me. I made a post and I was like, mommy makes my dresses. And the man was like, I love your gowns. I love your mommy's. He said, mommy's clothes is making. I will be posting the clothes for you people to see you. If that's human beings buy for the craziest reasons. For the craziest reasons. You'll be shocked if you ask your client, sir, why did you buy from me? And one said, sir, you smile a lot. One said you attend events, you're always in an event. That's why I like you. You're not going to club or birthday party here and there. Anytime I see your picture, you're in an event, you're in a conference. I said, okay, let's be going to conference. See, that is what conference is bringing clients for me. And we keep going there. People buy for
Yes,
crazy
ma'am.
reasons, reasons that appeals to them. So proceed and give them emotions. In fact, you appeal to their emotions, because even you too, as an individual, the things that you buy them because the seller or the advert appeals to your emotions. So why are you doing your own advert and it's making as if is a barrier that they are doing? Have enthusiasm, attachment to their emotions. When you're writing your script in a way that people can see it and it attacks their pain points. Do you understand? So that's another way
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can get clients, even keep them buying from you. Now, after you have gotten the client, it's important to have exceptional customer service. Have exceptional customer service. It's not enough to attract the clients yourself. You want to make sure that you finish them with exceptional customer service before the sale, during the sale, after the sale. Let them see that you care about them and you have their best interest at find ways you can make them have a good customer service. And one way I do that, I always tell them, first of all, whenever they come, I'll tell them, okay, you want a discount? People love discount. People love you making concessions. So oftentimes, no matter how small, if I can't do a discount, I give you a gift. Do you understand? So people love it when you, beyond the sale, you're able to treat them well. Treat people well. Some customers will stress you, I know. Some customers come with their own wahala, yes, but still have emotional intelligence enough to treat them well. Because most of the difficult clients that you have end up being the most amazing clients after you guys have have closed the sale. So ensure you have good customer service. Know how to talk. When they chat you up, when they call you, respond. I was trying to buy something online one time and I sent the lady a message in the morning. Until 12 p.m. you haven't responded. It's like you are joking. Someone sends you a message in the morning, let's say 9 o'clock in the morning, and by latest 9:30, 9:30 is even too long. 9:15, you haven't responded. There's something wrong somewhere. I don't understand how I would text the business owner, an online business owner. You have to be online at least 16 hours, except you are sleeping in the night. But so long as it's during work hours, I see no reason why I should text you or call you and you can't respond to me till like 4 hours later. I would think you're not serious. Except you're in the labor room, oh. Maybe you are giving birth. So you have to be responsive. You as an individual, how do you feel when you reach out to a seller for what you want to buy and the person does not respond to you? What happens? The next thing you are doing, you're looking for an alternative. Oh, who again can I buy from? Say this one no they respond. They will leave you and the market.
Yes, other sellers.
Don't leave you and go and find someone else to buy from. So you need to ensure that you're online. I have
Yes.
clients who are in diaspora, and many times I have my alarm on my phone. Wake up by 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, just to check my WhatsApp to be sure that they've not texted me because they're not in Nigeria and our time zone is different. So many times when I'm sleeping is when they are awake. So I wake up sometimes, check my phone. Have they texted me? I've closed deals by 3 a.m., by 12 a.m., by 1 a.m. People are making payments. In the middle when people are sleeping, say, ah, let me go and sleep. It's only you that want to sleep. Even Dangote is awake by 3 a.m. Because the money that he has. It's not me and you that are still finding daily bread. That you cannot be responsive. You go post, you go drop phone, and go and do God knows what. Please make sure that when clients reach out to you, you are active. Let me use that. Please. Make sure that when clients reach out to you, you're not delaying response
Active, active.
because somehow it stalls the deal. It stalls the deal. If you don't respond, you may find someone else to buy from. I used to see if you know Emeka Nobis one time he sold a particular course or something. Somebody bought that course in the midnight. Somebody paid for that course in the midnight. I think around 1 o'clock or around 3 a.m. in the night. Somebody paid for that course. And by 6 a.m., no, by 5 a.m. that night, the person texted Emeka Nobis that, oh, sir, I just paid, and the cost was around 3,000 naira or something like that. He was like, um I paid for your course. Please send me the details or all of that. And he was sleeping. 1 o'clock now, the man no go sleep. The man set up around 5 a.m., 6 a.m. This same person, simply because the mechanic has not responded, was already texting the mechanic with, you are a scam, you have scammed me. Simply because he had not responded by 5 a.m. I don't he made the post on Facebook. Crazy
Wow.
is customers when they buy you or when they call you and you respond immediately. Because the next thing that happens, they begin to have buyer remorse. There's something called buyer's remorse. They begin to after they have made that payment, they begin to think, did I make it? Have you not gone to the market before and you bought a shoe or you bought a wig or anything? And when you go back home, you say, this thing said that I bought. Does it make sense? Have you not had that? People have it's called buyer's
Yes.
remorse.
Oh.
So you need to ensure that you make them feel like
Wow. Wow.
spread. Do you understand? So that they don't, and then after you make, they don't want to reach out to you and you don't answer them because the next thing they're feeling is it even worth it. Should I find something else to buy? So ensure you're responsive when clients reach out to you, and I also want to mention a timely delivery. Yeah, timely delivery is very very important. Timely delivery. Ensure that when they buy from when they 24 hours enough to get at least their payment receipts. Ensure that you are delivering documents on time, you are delivering every single thing that they need on time, right? So that you can cause them to be more comfortable with you and what's the word? With strengthening the relationship. Another thing that here for the last thing I hear is act of service. Act of service strengthens relationship. Act of service to strengthen your that relationship with that client. Even in your personal friendship with people, it's not enough. So I almost every day some people reach out to me, the new young people reach out to me, and they're like, ma, please can you save my number? I want to be close to you, blah blah blah. And I save their contacts. And then one thing that they do a lot of times is every week I come to WhatsApp and I'm seeing messages. Hello ma, please it's so funny thinking about it. And they say, I want to just check up on you to know how you're doing. Check up on me to know how I'm doing. Okay, okay. That's not how you build relationship. Now it's just a normal friendship, like normal human being. How much more between me and the clients? I'm just calling you to know how you're doing. Does not strengthen relationship. It does nothing. Others I'm testing you to know how you are doing. Happy new month, ma. How are you doing? It don't send it to me, please. Don't don't send it to me. I'm fine. I appreciate. But it does not in any way strengthen your friendship with anybody. What strengthens relationship is the investment you make in that person. You have to invest in people. This is something we need to learn as young people, to invest in relationships. It's not I'm calling you to know how you're doing. Don't call me, please. I'm fine. But you want to have clients who love you, who refer you, who buy from you over and over again. You must make the same way they are buying from you, you're making money off them. You must equally find ways to invest in them. They have birthdays, they have anniversaries, there's Christmas, there's New Year. What have you sent to your client to say, sir, thank you for buying from me? Abi, is how are you doing, sir? Yes. Is it how are you doing they're going to eat? Gifts and investment strengthens relationships. I've had clients that they did not even buy, they've not even bought yet, but I sent them a gift. They only made a request though, and they're like, okay, I'll get back to you. And then I send them a gift. The next thing they are saying, oh, Messi, how far that deal? Why? I sent a gift ahead of me. When you make investment in people, it makes them indebted to you. So you cannot be saying you want to strengthen your friendship with your client and all you are doing is, how are you doing, sir? I'm checking up on you, sir. Don't check up on them. Everybody's too busy trying to make life, make ends meet, and you're disturbing them with your WhatsApp Happy New Month message. Find ways to invest in your client. The same way they are helping you, selling, they're buying from you, and you're making money off them. Take how much, depending on what they buy. They bought a land of maybe 1 million naira, and you made how much? 100,000. Take 15K from there, or take 10K if you want to eat all the money with your mouth. Take 10K, take 15K, package a very nice gift for them, send it to their residence. It's gonna keep them. It's gonna keep you top in mind. It's gonna make them love you more and want to. This girl has. When you give people a gift, you make them indebted to you. And the next thing they are doing, oh, my next property, I'll buy from her. And even if they're not ready to buy immediately, they will find a way to refer you to their friends or their family. So compensate your clients with gifts, please. No matter how small, send something their way as a means of saying thank you. Even my clients who are not in Nigeria, one thing I'm going to be doing this year is my clients who are not in Nigeria. I'm going to reach out to them by maybe this month end, and I'll tell them, I know you're not in Nigeria. I cannot send a gift to your country for all the logistics cost, but do you have a family in Nigeria here or anybody that you want to just be a blessing to? We will send the gift to the person in your name. That, oh, Mr. Shola, oh, said we should send this thing to you. And the person will call Shola and say, ah, Shola, we got what you sent to us, so thank you. Oh. And Shola himself knows that it's not me,
Yeah.
oh. You understand? But that's something that needs to be etched in man's heart. So distance should not be a barrier. All right. So I really hope that with these few points of mine, I've been able to let you know how you can find clients online, convert them to customers, and keep them returning to buy from you over and over again. Thank you. Any questions? I'll take them quickly. Bye.
Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you for your question.
whenever it's Madam Landlady that is going to be speaking. I do not miss it for anything in the world.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so much, ma. I'm so grateful, ma. Okay, we're gonna be taking questions. So if you have questions, you can put them in the comment section on Facebook, on YouTube, and we'll take your questions. So
you.
quickly, it was so great having Madam Landlady today. She was with us
Thank
last year and this year again. Thank you so much, man. This year
Anytime.
was even so much banger. Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
You
I think what one thing that stood out for me was when you talked about how to communicate our ideas with conviction and confidence. Because like you said, people that do Ponzi schemes or that sell basic things that are not so expensive, they even put in so much effort, and we all want to buy from them. We buy luxury
yeah.
things from them, but we don't put in so much conviction and make people buy from us. So that really stood out for me. And another one was that buyer's remorse. That buyer's remorse, the fact that you buy something and it's true, it happens a lot. It happens a lot to me personally. I go to the market and I'm like, maybe I would have bought it for a lesser amount. Maybe I would
Yeah.
have bought it from this person, and
Yeah.
maybe it's even a quality product. In fact,
Yeah.
so it was really really
Okay.
impactful. Thank you so much, man. So I want to take questions. If you
Okay.
have questions on YouTube, on Facebook,
Okay. Okay. Not sure why.
have questions, please put them in the
Share this thing on my social media. I'm not sure why this thing is not letting me share.
checking. I'm checking for questions on Facebook. Okay, we do not have questions. Aspiring realtors, where are we? Or realtors already? You've done something in the market and you're not sure. If you just want to be sure. Okay, I think I'll just ask this question.
Okay.
Are you here for the
Yeah.
common? Okay. Okay, I think towards the end of your session, you were talking about what you were talking about is actually what can help us have more repeat clients, or clients return to us to want to buy
Yeah.
properties from us. So I just wanted to ask, like, what if in a case of a particular client that you've tried to, this is a first time buyer now, you've tried to reach out to them, you've tried to, it seems like they have the money, you're sure that they have the money because you see the kind of business they do. You see that they talk about millions. You see that they pay for events that are very expensive. Maybe events of like 500K for a session, of like 1 million for a session. You are very sure that they have the money, but they're not coming forth with the conversation or paying for the property. They will ask for this one this week, and it's 2 weeks later that they are asking again, or that you are trying to reach out to them. So I don't know, but can you throw more light on how can we follow up on that particular client that you are sure that they have the money, but you're not sure of what to do anymore? Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So for clients that you are really sure they have the money, they've made you guys have had conversations about the property, but they are delaying the close. I'm going to tell you what you can do. Make them an offer. Make them an offer. Many times, and then number two, make them an offer. Number one, number two, create urgency. Add a deadline.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I think we're having a bit of network issues, but I'm very sure she'll be able to join us shortly and finish up on that. But in the meantime, do we have questions? You have questions as an aspiring realtor. Maybe you don't know how to start. She has said a lot about how to start, though. She's talked about the first thing. Is, in fact, someone reached out to me recently, and he wanted to start. He got my contact through the sister who is my friend. So he reached out to me that he wants to start selling properties, and that how can he start. The first thing I told him was to get knowledge. That's just the truth. The thing is that we just want to start buying, or I'm sorry, selling already. That's the first thing that comes to our mind, And at times I can't say it's a fault of, because some people go into lessons for various reasons. Some people just go so they can make money firstly. So beyond that, you have to get the knowledge. You just have to get the knowledge. So that's the first thing I told the person, and you were like, okay, whenever he comes to town, he's going to schedule a meeting, because I cannot start sending properties to you, and you don't know what to do with the properties. You don't know documentation. You don't know titles. How do we move from there? So she actually started with a very most important thing. That's where I learned from. That is my mama. She started with the very most important thing: knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. Keep giving out knowledge. Keep giving out knowledge. So I'm just gonna find out quickly um, if she's trying to.
Okay. Hello, Mercy. Please confirm if you can hear me so we can get back to the conversation.
Yes, ma, I can hear you. I can hear you, ma. I
Hello.
can hear
Oh,
you.
wow.
I
We
can
have to
hear you, ma.
leave
Can you
this
hear
up.
me, ma? This thing has happened again. Why? Okay, I've seen it. I'm sending it. Yes, yes. Copy it again. Copy it again on Facebook. That one that was the person on that one. Yes. That one, you say that one, person on that one, you see the person. Because it doesn't that one. You go to Facebook and click. Copy the link.
Are we good?
Yes, ma, I can hear you. Can you hear me, ma?
Yeah, I can
Yes,
hear you.
yes,
What
ma'am.
happened? What happened? Can we get back?
Yes, ma, yes, ma. We're here.
Okay, so where did you lose me? Where did you lose me?
Yes, we're talking about number 2, create urgency.
Yeah, good. Creating urgency. When people see that a particular thing is always available, they tend to procrastinate. But when there is urgency, oh, open for 30 days, open for to the end of the November, you see them rushing to buy that. And I've done this over and over and over again. So when I put out a property, I tell client it's open from now till November 30th. After November 30th, we close sales, or we take it off our listings, or we increase the price. So when they see that urgency, they be like, and then you can tell them, oh, you have like 10 days to go, 15 days to go, 5 days to go. That urgency will make them make a buying decision. But if there is no deadline, they know that this thing is boku, is plenty, they can buy anytime. They'll wait to whenever they are ready, whenever they feel like. But when there's urgency, you see how it brings about scarcity and how makes them want to buy. So try making a concession, try getting a discount, make them an offer if you can. If you can't do that, add a deadline. Add a deadline to that property. If you can, make demand, make offer, and also add a deadline and see how that goes. So I hope it's interesting. You see the question
Thank you, ma.
say if
Yes,
advisable
ma.
to have properties in
This is an
states you don't live in,
investor.
and
Yes.
also how you can monitor your property if not planning to use them anytime soon, maybe leaving it for years. So yes, I would advise you buy properties in states you don't live in Nigeria. I have properties in Port Harcourt and I live in Lagos, right? So yes, you can buy properties in any state. The important thing is who are you buying from? And because you want to leave it for years, for some year, maybe it's an investment property, you want to also be sure who you're buying from. It's important you buy for properties you want to use for investment purpose. I don't advise to just buy from one random person walking by the roadside. You want to find a credible company that you know. I started at the beginning, I mentioned working with a company that has a track record, that has properties that they have developed in the past that have been here for over 5 years. So those ones you know that they have structure, they have track record, you can work with them. The pricing is safe. Buy in an estate. Please, if you want to buy property in one street by the roadside, I cannot guarantee the safety of that property, except you want to come there occasionally, which of course you may not be able to do. So if you work with a company, you buy in an estate, they're usually very safe till whenever you want to develop that property, right? So it doesn't matter the state, just find a company that is reputable and make sure you buy in an estate. And estate that is gated, and estate that is fenced, where there's no external influence. I mean external what's it called? Interference, yeah, with the community. So yes, that's my advice. You can go ahead, but mind who you're buying from.
So much, ma.
Yeah,
It
you're
was
welcome.
it was really power packed. Thank you so much, ma, for your time.
You're
We're
welcome.
so grateful. It was really great having you here, ma. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mercy.
Thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
ma, for gracing us as Real Estate Conference 2024 again. Thank you, ma. Thank you for insights. Okay, yes, he said that he said all right, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. All right. I'll
Thank you,
see you
ma.
on the other side. Bye. Bye,
Yes, ma.
everyone.
Bye bye, ma. Thank you, ma. All right. This was such an amazing session, trust me. Such an amazing question, amazing session, rather. I'm so sure you were impacted by this. So sure. Our next speaker is very much ready, very much ready, very much ready, very much ready. I'll just have him join here so that we can have him on board. Okay. Mr. Goswell Akan is coming right up to tell us about marketing. Coming right up. This is a marketing specialist, so you are going to really be. All right. It's so great to have you. Yes, sir. Welcome, sir. I want to be sure. Can you hear me, sir?
Amazing. So please let's confirm that you can also hear me as well. Please let's confirm you can hear me. Please, can you hear me?
Yes.
Is that my network or it's your network? Something is definitely cracking somewhere.
Clear. You can confirm
Hello. Okay, I'm waiting on you, Messi.
the comment section also. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, you're cracking, Messi. I don't know why you're cracking. I'm looking at my network. It's full. I'm looking at my network is really full. So let me ask this guy from the back end.
Okay, sir. I'm back. Sorry about that. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. So please confirm you can hear me as well.
Okay. Yes, sir. I can hear you. I can hear you. Madam Landlady has confirmed that she can hear you. All right. So quickly, I'll just go straight to your bio. Um, Goswin Akan is a brand communications manager. In fact, this bio is long. It's giving. Oh my God! But we'll just do the short
Okay,
one
let's keep
because
the
of the
bio
time.
if you can, so we can be able to jump into the conversations.
Yeah, it's a short bio. It's a short bio.
Okay.
He's a
Okay.
brand communications manager and growth marketing professional dedicated to helping brands communicate their message and create growth strategies that attract their ideal paying customers. He serves as the brand manager for the number one commercial influencer rather in Nigeria called Ninja Brand Chick. While working as the brand manager for Ninja Brand Chick, he worked on advertorials for brands such as Sarah by Wema Bank, My Cover Genius, MTN, Channels Television, CNN, Google, etc. It's such a pleasure to have you here, sir. Talk to us about branding for realtors. You're welcome, sir. You have the stage.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. I am super delighted for the opportunity to be speaking with us this evening. I cannot see the comments. I really would want it to be very interactive. But then I hope that Messi would do me the justice of trying to see what the comment sessions look like. All right. And so it's such a pleasure. All right. I almost did not make it here, but God really wanted me to be here, and then it made everything possible, so we can be able to have this conversation. So, Messi asked me to actually talk about branding for realtors. Um, the focus is on excellent positioning for better results. This is a topic that I am really excited about. Even if I do not have all the time, I do not know how many minutes that Messi would want me to be able to speak for. But then I trust that in, let's say, in 20 to 30 minutes, I should be able to point you to something that can really, really help. So before I go into um, most of the deeper conversations that we'll be using to actually make this really cool, let me just give you like my background journey into real estate marketing. I was around 2021 when I was working with this advertising agency that's based here in Lagos. They were focused on marketing for softwares. Up until one really great morning, the CEO reached out and said that, oh, we are now taking most accounts that were real estate. All right. So what he now did was that, so I was now meant to, okay, I was now meant to work on real estate, most of this real estate account. So I had the two major real estate brands I work with. One was based in Dubai called Viveri Homes. All right. So the property they were actually pushing at the time was called Azizi. All right. So the second brand I worked with was called Kiria Homes. Those ones were actually based here in Nigeria. So part of the marketing strategy that we were using for them, all right, was to be able to train realtors. Train realtors, give them resources, and then send them forth into the sea, into the world and win souls for the brand. All right. So we gave them all the trainings, we gave them all the resources. They had everything they needed just to be able to get results for these brands. I realized something, that some of these realtors had more result than the other realtors. And one of those days, I was actually thinking about it when Messi reached out and said, I needed to have this conversation with the realtors. All right. So I was now asking myself, why was it that most of these realtors had more result than these other realtors? Was it a price point, or was it that the property was too expensive and they just couldn't sell it? But I could recall that it was the same property that we were killing, we were making, we were raking in. I mean, that was my first experience seeing a company making billions. Like, real estate is a very amazing industry. Yeah. So, but then in thinking about it, in trying to be able to reverse engineer the process, I realized that the realtors who were able to pull in great numbers had something that these other realtors did not have. And then the first things first, when we talk about positioning, all right, I looked at the whole picture. It was the same thing for Azizi properties in Dubai. Now, for each of the property we were actually pushing out in Dubai was about, at the time, this was around 2021, 2022. Each of those properties was going for like $120,000. All right. So it was in hundreds of millions of naira. And not everyone was able to sell that. All right. Great stuff. So, but we had realtors who were pulling in great numbers, cashing out great commissions, and going home with all the perks and rewards. What was the difference? The difference was positioning. What was the difference? The difference was positioning. Most of them came back with a report and said that the whole space is saturated. And I was asking myself, and in one of the meetings we're having with them, I was asking them, what do you mean by saturation? Because I've done my extensive research about the Nigerian real estate market. We are not even close to saturation yet. I mean, we've not started yet when it comes to real estate in Nigeria. Why am I actually saying this is because right now in Nigeria, real estate is still growing horizontally and not vertically yet. And so you would see cities like the US, Dubai, those guys have already gone past the phases of real estate growing horizontally. Now, if you go to places like Singapore, Dubai, US, and UK, you are sure of meeting a lot of skyscrapers. Here in Nigeria, the foremost and the tallest skyscraper we have is UBA House here in Lagos. All right.
So
And so
we
when
still
you
have some
say that
way.
the market is saturated, it means that you don't even understand the industry you play in. What you can tell me is that there's a lot of noise in the market, but not saturation. And sometimes, as a realtor, if you do not understand how to position yourself, you'll be lost in the noise. It is easy to be lost in the noise. It is easy to be saying everything that every other person is saying, and you now look like a Me Too brand because everybody is
Yeah.
having this conversation, everybody is talking about real estate, and now you just want to be able to contribute your own quorum. And so, without excellent positioning, you'll be lost in the crowd. Without excellent positioning, you are going to be like a pick me brand. And you see some folks say that our real estate, oh my God, we are the best in the market, which is low level marketing conversations. So, how do you position yourself rightly as a realtor to ensure that you get this box really rolling in? All right. I've worked in real estate marketing for a while. All right. So I could be able to share some strategies that can be able to help you get the result you want. All right. So, in going into the conversation of positioning, first things first, you need to understand that positioning is about mindset. Your mindset and the mindset of your target market. Now, what positioning does for you is that, first of all, you need to be able to create an abundance mentality. If you have poverty pegged on your mindset, you can't be able to sell a property worth 200 million or 150 million. If you have scarcity pegged on your mindset, there are certain properties you would not be able to sell. I used to have this experience before. And sometimes it's not really about your background. It could be the conversations you have allowed to instill your heart
Yes,
over time.
yes, yes.
It could be the conversations you have presented yourself with over the years. And so, to kickstart your journey as a profitable realtor, you must first of all work on your mentality, your mindset. You must first of all put yourself in that zone that there is abundance in the world. That is your first positioning. You know, when we talk about branding, people are more energetic or more carried away by the aesthetics. So you brand yourself, you package yourself, but you are broke. You position yourself, you are popular, everybody know you as a real estate mogul, but your account balance is not reflecting what people know you as. There's a place of aesthetics, but there's also a place of content. What breeds this attraction is the aesthetics, which is good. So, what keeps these people is your content. So, your first approach to positioning is your mindset, creating an abundance mentality. All right, good. Now, the second level of mindset in terms of positioning, it has to do with the perception you create in the mind of your target market. The perception you create in the mind of your target market. And so, what you don't understand, everything you do, if you say your channel of expression is social media, everything you do, every content you put out, every comment you drop on any post, it's creating a perception about you. Yes, we can have the busty conversations around personal branding, which is cool. But what most people do not understand when it comes to personal branding is perception management. You are in every comment session, you are involved in every trend, you are involved in every gist, but what you do not understand is that you are in a space that thrives on class, status, and luxury. And so your perception is a commodity when it comes to you being a profitable realtor. Okay, let me repeat that again. Perception for you as a realtor is a commodity, is your price point. So just the way we say that in advertising and in the service-based business, our reputation is a commodity. For you, it is not just about your reputation, it is about the perception that the people have of you. If the people see you as a Me Too brand, you'll struggle in the industry. If the people see you as someone who just wants to be among the bandwagon, you would really struggle. So what positioning does for you is that it differentiates you in the mind of your target market and then create a certain perception about yourself. So when we talk about positioning, we're not referring to your logo, your aesthetics, your colors. All of those things are great, but they are fundamental. It starts with the conversation of the kind of personality, of how you want people to see you on the space, the kind of vibe you curate, the class of content you put out, even the quality of your content is curating your perception. It's speaking into your perception. In fact, if you're the type who says that, oh my God, they should take me the way I am starting with what I have, great conversation. All right. But that advice is not for you. You need to understand that for you to be able to reign as a king, you need to be able to pick your counselors. You need to be able to pick the people you take advice from and the kind and quality of advice you even take. Advice is like, oh my God, even if you don't have an iPhone, please use your itel phone, use your Stone Droid, Android. So your content is looking as though you were a beggar and you want to sell me a property of 200 million. And you want to sell me a property of 50 million. And you want to sell me a property of 2 million. But you're not looking at someone, but you're not looking like 2 million and you want to sell me 2 million. We check your DP and the kind of picture we are seeing is looking like someone that is into the business because you're hungry. Boy, no. Positioning, especially in a noisy world, it's a war for differentiation, ensuring that you are standing out from the crowd. I do not have so much time, but let's see. I have a lot of things packed out here I really want to share with us because for different industry, positioning means different things. All right. Now, the next one is that you will need to be able to create a blue ocean strategy for yourself. You need to be able to create what we call a blue ocean strategy. Like I said earlier, I said that the real estate market is not saturated, but it is noisy. Now, by this noise, there's something we call the red ocean. So there are big boys with big advertising budget. There are big companies, big realtors, big name brands like Dr. Messi and Madam Landlady. If you would want to be able to penetrate the market, how do you penetrate the market? So you now need to be able to come up with your blue ocean strategy. Now, what is the blue ocean strategy? It is just your ability to say, okay, this is where everybody else is going. How do I reposition myself, create a niche, right, for myself and dominate that niche? The easiest way to be able to scale in real estate is to be able to carve a niche for yourself. Let me explain. If you look at the real estate space, if you want to come in as a realtor, all right, there are different niches that you can be able to start with. One of my friends, my name is Miracle. She is big on land banking. Land banking. All she talks about is land banking. Yeah, are there secondary properties that she offers most of our people? Yes, they are. All right. But what is our primary niche? Land banking. In fact, all our content are about land banking. She gives you advice on land banking. She gives you all the counsel on land banking. Our content is on land banking. She's doing a webinar, land banking. She's going on Insta Live, land banking. She's going on a podcast, land banking. So she has stayed with land banking to a fault that when I think of buying a land, the first person that comes to my mind is Miracle. Now, there's this other of my friend, his name is Dalami Ojo. Dalami positioned himself as luxury. He sells only luxury properties. Yes, you can be part of the bandwagon who do all the, what's it called? The 500K plot of land, the, all the amazingness. But if you want to quickly differentiate yourself in the market as a realtor, pick a niche. And so this guy, all he talks about is luxury. If you see this guy all the time, he's with his clean suit, blue. You see, real estate is a very sophisticated market. It's not the one where you can just wake up with your hair unkept and then you want to do business. Nobody's going to give you millions, trust you with millions if you're not looking the part. It is normal. There are certain deals I couldn't close until I started paying attention to most of those things I'm actually sharing. All right. And so you need to be able to carve a niche for yourself early, dominate that niche. So sometimes you could say, oh my God, it's difficult, I can't be able to do it. But the easiest way to stand out is to create a niche for yourself. There is also this realtor I know. What she talks about is real estate investment, real estate as an investment instrument, real estate as an investment instrument. A lot of people have so many biases as to real estate as an investment. Let me explain what I mean by that. People, especially for young people, they've told them that, oh my God, any of these realtors that tell you that you should come and buy land or that teaches you about investment, they are trying to sell you something, all right? But there are people in this space who have dedicated themselves to teaching young people or teaching people about investment, and their recommendation is always real estate, all right? Now, you would need to be able to understand how real estate as an investment works and how they can be able to get back their money if it's investment they are coming for. The location they will need to buy if they really want to do it as an investment. There are certain fundamentals that you would really need to understand if you want to position as a real estate investment expert, where you can be able to advise your clients on how they can be able to do all of these things and thereabout. Now, there's also the niche of asset management. Now, for asset management, you now need to understand that your target market will be HNIs. Asset management comes with, there are a lot of HNIs in my space, in my circle, as my clients, who have amazing properties, who do not have good and concrete asset managers. But there are only few people talking about asset management for the rich. And sometimes it's not all these rich folks who went to classic schools, big private universities. Most of them made money from buying and selling. And they've learned about real estate and it's something they really want to do. They need someone educating them about asset management and managing their real estate portfolio. These are niches that when you create for yourself, oh my goodness, and you position yourself so well, talking about this thing long enough until it sticks, you have created a brand for yourself. All right? So if you say you are a brand, what that means is that you don't see, branding is not that you have a specific color that people know you for. Those ones are basic. Branding is not that you have a specific font that when you're writing or designing your carousel, that is the font you always use. No, branding at its core is a promise. when you fulfill that promise, you become the brand. Most of the authorities that we follow today, and we believe them to be powerhouses and authorities as personal brands, it is not because they had all the aesthetics right. It is because they've been able to deliver a promise over time, and people have now associated them with delivering their promises in that niche. That is what makes you a brand. The reason why you would choose a certain brand or a certain product over the other, or you would choose a certain coach over the other, sometimes what you do not know is that subconsciously you have believed that this person has fulfilled this promise over time. That is why this person is qualified to have this conversation with you. So if you put yourself in that niche where you can be able to have these conversations, I assure you that you will stand out. The blue ocean strategy. Do not, if you really want to do this for the long term, you would need to be able to come correct with your strategy. You would need to be able to come correct with your strategy. I was watching a documentary. I mean, everyone here who wants to become a very successful realtor, there are two people you will need to be able to follow so well globally. The first person is Grant Cardone. The second person is Mr. Sehant. Go on Netflix and look for his documentary. He shared how he is able to sell luxury penthouses in New York. And so you will see that the guy has carved out a niche for himself. Study the guy so well. The guy focuses on luxury penthouses, luxury homes, luxury properties. He's not selling land to you. Now, in the real estate space, not everyone understands that there's such a thing as you can be able to invest in things like real estate tech. Not everybody understands that there are index funds for real estate investment. Oh my goodness. Do your research. There's so much more that this industry holds for you, that if you can be able to do your research, come up with something novel, the market will rush you. So the goal of crafting a niche for yourself, or the blue ocean strategy, is differentiation. Now, in this context of the blue ocean strategy, sometimes it's not even doing something different. All right, is finding the gap among realtors and positioning yourself as a person that is fulfilling that gap. Okay, let me break it down. Look at the realtor space or the realtors market. What are the shortcomings of every other realtor? What are the consistent complaints of clients when it has to do with realtors? What are the gaps when it has to do with real estate agents? What are the things that they are not meeting up right? Correct that mistake and position yourself as the guy who delivers that. Now, there's this guy who is a fashion designer, and every Nigerian believes that do not trust your tailor. Do not trust your tailor. Do not trust your tailor. But this guy now comes out with a positioning that says that I would deliver your clothes in 2 weeks and I'll end up giving you that clothes in 2 weeks. So when you give him a clothes and he tells you 2 weeks, in 2 weeks time, you get this wear from me. What he does is that he gives you this clothes in 1 week. What he has successfully done is that he has repositioned himself as the guy who delivers fast. In brand positioning, we call that your time delivery strategy. There's a cake brand here in Lagos, and they also have an outlet in, I think, in PH as well. It's called Fastest Cakes. What's their positioning? They noticed that if you need a great and beautiful cake, maybe for your birthday or something, it takes a lot more time before people can be able to deliver on that. All right. And sometimes If you want to go and get these ready-made cakes in shopping malls, it won't really give you what you want. So what was their positioning? That you are going to get this cake within this time frame. Once you call them now and say, oh, my friend is having a birthday and I just remember that today is his birthday, please, can I get a cake in 2 hours? They deliver it for you before you say Jack Robinson. In fact, their positioning is also in their name, Fastest Cakes. Now, let us bring this back home. Dear Realtor, what is that gap in the market that you can be able to fill in? What differentiates the boys and the men in every business is that the men focus on what the market is looking for, and the boys are assuming what the market is looking for. What will give you faster results in any business you run is concrete market research, concrete social listening. What are the gaps that you can be able to fill? How do you want to stand out as a realtor? Doing businesses at this level, how do you want to differentiate yourself from every other person? Oof, I have dwelt so much on this. Let us go, let us go, let us go, let us go, let us go. Now, the next one is create an identity for yourself. Now, this is not so compulsory, but what it does is that it also positions you. You know, there is someone that says that calls herself real estate madam. There's someone that, in fact, tomorrow, I'm sure that it will be for Madam Landlady. You know, for a very long time, I didn't even know that her name was Mercy Okeke. It just recently, I mean, like some months, but I think it was Fee that mentioned her to me or something. I'm like, oh, so the name is Mercy Okeke. All the while, I've been in my head, it is Madam Landlady, Madam Landlady. So what you have successfully done is to baptize yourself with an identity that speaks for your future and also positions you as the go-to person for that space. And what you have successfully done is to rent a 2-bedroom flat in the mind of your audience, that when they think about your name, they can be able to connect your industry with your name easily. And so you will look at now let us go into industries that are not actually real estate. You look at Ninja Branch, she calls herself the Lolo One of business. All of these things are intentional. It's not just that they are waking up and then when you look at someone like Emeka Nobis on Facebook, he calls himself the Don. He wears the hat. I was with him in the office recently, and then he was sharing some experiences with me, how all of those things actually came about. You just need to see that all of these things are intentional strategy to create an identity for yourself. Oh, when you speak to Mommy Chema, she calls herself the brilliant accountant. There is no accountant in the whole of Nigeria who can be able to do what I do. No accountant have been able to sell hundreds of accounting softwares. You know the way she talks, she just vibrates everywhere, is shaking. That is an identity. Whether you like it or not, when these people show up, they carry an aura. You do not just know what is happening to you, but you have been.
You will listen.
You
will
have
listen
just
to them.
connecting yourself with the identity over time, that when they now show up, it's not as though they carry a special presence around them. All of these things are strategic. They are planned and mapped out. I'm into advertising, and I can tell you for a fact that nothing you see online just happens. There are strategy backing all of these things. So, who do men say you are? I'm sorry, I know that we have Muslims here, and then we also have Christians, Jews, and Shintoists. But permit me to give you some explanations to drive home this point. Jesus
Please go
Christ
ahead.
was with his disciples, and they were having a conversation. And then he was asking his guys, who do men say that I am? No one say, oh, you are the prophet. Oh, you are this. Oh, you are that. oh, you are this, and oh, you are. Then one of the disciples, which happened to be Peter, now said, you know, you are the Son of God, and and all of those things. So you will now need to see that identity is important, not just in the marketplace, but also in the kingdom. Let me give you another explanation again. In scriptures, around Psalms, you'll see a place whereby, maybe I think Psalm 24, so whereby the King of Glory, which happens to be Jesus, was approaching a gate. All right. And the gate asked him a question. Who are you? He said, I am the King of Glory. So they had a barricade. In trying to explain this, I'll say that they had a barricade, and he had to command them, lift up your heads, O ye gates. And the gate responded, who are you? So you see that identity is so important in differentiating you from every other person. Identity has a way of setting you out, standing you out from the crowd. Now, when I say identity, I am not just talking about logo and colors. Some amateur people have gone ahead and just make branding about colors and logo. It goes deeper than that. Your identity is expressed even in your personality. Your identity is expressed even in your appearance. Oh, on social media, we see you with suit. But when we see you in conferences, you are with palm slippers. You just messed up your brand, sir. Brand distortion. Brand distortion. On social media, we are seeing you with suit, up clean, up tight, up sweet, up good. But when we see you offline, maybe on the event, networking or something, you're not looking that way. So what you are doing to yourself is that you are distorting your brand. You have a double identity. Yeah, it's fine if we see you in your house. No, but I mean events. You said this is your identity. We know you that as Madam Landlady, you're always on suit. So suit, corporate wears. But why are we now seeing you in events? You are putting on bathroom slippers. You say you want to just be casual. You have a double identity. Identity is not just the basis of logo and colors. It also has to do with your lifestyle and the attention you command with the way you express this your lifestyle. I am not talking about the bogus lifestyle marketing that some of these internet marketers are doing, where they are renting cars just to show off. No, that is not lifestyle marketing. Lifestyle marketing is documenting your journey as it has to do with what you are selling. Mommy Chomas does 1,000 sales. You screenshot and post it. That is lifestyle marketing. They are going for an event relevant to business owners. She's talking about it. That is lifestyle marketing. Consciously, intentionally expressing your identity through your lifestyle that you express on social media. These guys in scripture called the sons of Sceva. They have seen Paul casting out demons, and they want to go and do their own. The demon asks them, Jesus I know, Paul I know, who are you? It means that you have not demonstrated this thing over time for people to identify you with such causes. So when we say you should curate your identity, the starting point or the foundation is your name, which is good. But if you call yourself Madam Landlady, CEO of Lagos, real estate madam, latest landlord, please, after baptizing yourself with a name, ensure that you can be able to be consistent with the work that keeps to maintain an image. So what most realtors do not understand, that in marketing, there's such a thing called image marketing. That is why most of these HNIs have their image consultants. Oh, you don't hear me though. Most of these HNIs, they have people they call image consultants. So you baptize yourself with a name, you are giving yourself an image, but you cannot be able to maintain the image you've created for yourself. Brand identity goes beyond colors and logos. Brand identity is your personality expressed. It's your lifestyle. It is the image and the perception you've created for yourself. They come together to form your identity. Even brands, I mean business brands, in doing actual branding or brand strategy for brands, there's something we call brand archetype, creating a personality for brands. That is why when you see an ad from Pampers, it's not the same feeling you get when you see an ad from Red Bull. They are expressing their communications based on what we call their archetype. Go and Google it. It is Googleable. We have 12 brand archetypes. And so if big brands can do it, it is same for personal brands. The essence of these things is to create a personality around these brands. Oh my God, I am late already. Sorry. I didn't intend to speak this long, but let's go. Let's go.
Thank you so much, sir.
So, and the next one is capacity. Capacity as a positioning strategy. You know, most people do not even care about these conversations really. And so, you need to understand that the amount of money you can be able to make as a realtor is dependent on your capacity. Now, when we talk about your capacity, we are talking about the skill set of being a realtor and understanding the business of being a realtor. So everybody is in a business, they want to make money. They heard there's money in real estate. They just want to jump into it, but they do not understand that there's something we call the skill of the business and the business of the business. Why most people struggle in certain niches, in certain markets, yes, they understand because themselves realtors, but they do not understand the skill of being a realtor and the business of real estate. What are the skills that a realtor would need to have? I'll explain them, but I'll just need to list out like 3. Do you know how to be able to close up deals? Do you have negotiation skills? Do you have sales skills? Do you have closing skills? Do you have networking skills? Do you have marketing skills? Do you have digital skills that can be able to enhance your business as a realtor? Build capacity. To explain this, let me also quote one small scripture. Please, I'm not a pastor. It's just that, I read Bible small. So anytime I'm talking, it just comes. Now, there's this guy in the Bible. He's a prophet anyway. And let's say Prophet Elijah. He saw this lady, this widow. He was going on a journey and he saw this widow that had 2 sons. Now, on meeting them, their dad died a debtor. Now the creditors has come to be able to use these 2 boys in exchange of their dad's debt. And the widow saw this prophet passing and ran towards him and said, prophet, this is my condition. And the prophet said, what do you have? She said she has just little oil and 2 morsels of bread. The prophet said, go make me this thing into a meal. She said, no, this last one, the one I want to eat, after we finish eating, we want to just eat it and die. No, the prophet said, make me the bread. And then she was faithful enough to make this prophet this bread. After this guy finished eating, he gave her a simple instruction. He said, pick this oil. The instruction was very simple. He said, go borrow vessels. Borrow not a few. Go borrow vessels. Please pay attention. Go borrow vessels. Borrow not a few. Now, what was this instruction? Get all of these vessels, put those drops of oil in these vessels, and boom, there was a miracle. If you read that scripture in 2 Kings, what you would notice is that the oil stopped where the vessel stopped. I said all of these things to say that the abundance of financial resources you will ever have in life is dependent on your financial capacity. Now, some people think financial capacity is learning about real estate, learning about all of those beautiful things, but your capacity to produce value, the multiplication of your finances is not in the financial vehicles you use. It is first in the financial capacity that you build. The ceilings over your finances, sometimes it is always a capacity ceiling, either a mental capacity, economic capacity, skill capacity, excellence capacity. I made a short post on my Facebook recently. I said, when working with HNIs, excellence is a love language. I know that most persons would not understand that. They'll just be liking and be going. Because I work with those people and I see these things firsthand. Excellence is also a capacity conversation. There are certain class of clients you would never get if you do not demonstrate excellence. There are certain class of clients you would never work with if you do not build excellence as a strategy to penetrate certain circles. Build and nurture relationships. That's my next. Build and nurture relationships. The real estate space, I would say to you, is a relationship driven space. There are most of these joint ventures that you could be able to use to make as much money for yourself if you understand relationship as a commodity. Relationship is a currency. Relationship is a commodity. If you do not understand how to build, if you do not understand how to build and nurture relationship, there's not so much you can be able to get. And that is one positioning that is one positioning that most persons do not even talk about. No man ever rises to the top. For every man who rises was brought in by someone. The law of lifts remains. The man who will rise would not just fly there. He must be recommended there. Someone was asking me, what's your story? How did you rise? Making this, getting that. Guy, recommendation. I served this person in this capacity. The person liked what I did. And then they see, sometimes I do not even talk about my result, the places where I go to. All of these things are a result of recommendation. The best of project I've worked in came from recommendation. The best of my deals came from recommendation. There are certain people that will never buy from you, especially if you want to work with high-end earners or high net worth individuals. There are certain of those people that will never buy from you because you are posting on social media. They will buy from you because their friends say, see, I bought land from this person. Go and buy from this person. All of the big boys I have ever worked with in my entire life came from recommendation. Back in the days, I used to actually talk about small circle, big money. There's something called small circle, big money. Only few people understand this thing. That the billions and the multi-millions you're looking for sometimes might not be on social media. It is in those circles that your name has not been mentioned in. As a realtor, you need to be able to understand that certain relationships will come as mentors, some will come as sponsors, and they have their roles. I have mentors, I also have sponsors. What a sponsor does for you is to mention your name in rooms where your legs cannot take you to. What a mentor does for you is to guide you, teach you, train you. But Now more than ever, young people need more sponsors than mentors, but they cannot be able to get sponsors because of instant gratification. They are not ready to serve their way into circles. Before, in fact, I'm here in Lagos to serve a sponsor. This morning, I almost missed this meeting because I needed to be somewhere to be with a sponsor. I was there since about 9 a.m. I left about around after 3. It took me like 2 hours going from Ajah down to this place where I am right now. Relationship is a protocol for greatness. Let me repeat this thing again. No man just rises. For any man who rises, he was brought in. Nobody just rises to the top. For any man who rose to the top, he was recommended to the top. Go and make your research. Oprah Winfrey said, for anyone who became successful, there was someone somewhere that gave him clues. 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 The best of us at any level were recommended. One time, when ninth school, was it ninth school or one of those group sessions we had with John Obidi, where he said his first speaking engagement to Zambia was PK that recommended him there. And after that, his Zambia trip, boom, international doors opening from. Nobody just rises to the top. For you have been struggling as a realtor, but just one mention from one person, doors just opens. And you need to understand that in business, there are certain things we call soft skills and hard skills. And so you will need to be ready to be able to trade your soft skills for the things you want. One of those soft skills are service. Number 2 of these soft skills is loyalty. There is no course on loyalty. People do not understand that loyalty is a stream of income. I'm not supposed to be speaking like this, but maybe because I like Messi. Loyalty is a stream of income. Take my word to the bank, especially if you're working with the big boys. There are certain people who wish they were my shoes. But you cannot just be in my shoes because there are certain things you've not understood. You also need to understand to work in high performance zone. You cannot afford to be a tail bearer. If your mouth is basket, learning how to be able to keep secrets is a skill you need to learn. Privacy is power. People say privacy is power. Privacy is power. Privacy is power. And what they're actually talking about is don't talk about what you're building so they won't see you coming. Privacy is power is a skill when working with certain class of people. So there are certain things you will get that you should be able to die with. And some of them can be lenient enough and tell you that if I hear this thing outside, I will know you are the one that said it. But there are some of them who are not patient enough to teach you that. You just go and do wow. And some of you who will go ahead and talk about it. Oh my God, 7 secrets to something they told you in confidence is now a content for you on your broke ass social media pages. Relationship. Your capacity to build, nurture, and sustain relationship is what will give you more money than you will ever imagine in your entire life, even as a realtor. And this is a positioning strategy. No branding course will teach you this. No branding course will teach you relationships as a positioning strategy. I will keep talking about it. I am here today because of relationships. I will always say I am a beneficiary of lots of benefactors. It started from Kingsley May recommending me to Great Gold. From there, I was recommended to someone called Pastor Bode, who is and was in real estate at the time. My job was to create, it was there I learned real estate marketing firsthand. Who would have knew that someday, sometime, I'll be teaching in a real estate conference if I didn't have that foundation when I was only 20? They paid me. From there, I was recommended to somewhere. I started learning some skills called copywriting, marketing. I started serving Emmanuel Akpe. He liked my job. Oh my goodness. The people I interned with as a brand development intern in 2021 were the ones who recommended me to VitalSwap. Most of you must have seen me talk about VitalSwap a lot now. They recommended me to a brand in the United States. There was no way I'll have access to those people if I wasn't in that cycle. I think I've dwelt on this for a while, and I hope you get the gist, Sha. I've talked
Very
about
clear, very clear.
build and nurture relationships, develop and strengthen your networking skills. These are two different things. All right. Now, you go for events, real estate events, physical events, and they say, okay, it's time for networking, short break. I see a lot of you. You just collect number and you forget about the number. You take this number to build up your contact list without doing anything about these numbers. Let me tell you, what you do at events is establishing contact. The real networking happens after the event. I learned this from what's his name again? Williams Adebola is it's called he's actually the founder of Red Media. He always wears a red heart with a white abada. Networking starts after the event. If you want to close up big clients, you meet them at real estate event, any kind of event at all, you need to be able to learn this networking strategy. Your networking starts not in the event, but after the event. Do not collect plenty numbers, for God's sake. Be strategic. Look at the people you want. When you go for a networking event, this is what I do. Oh my God, networking has given me a lot of clients. I have a profile of people I really want to network with. All right. When I enter the room, I look at people I feel that these ones can be able to afford what I'm offering, and I engage them in a conversation. I engage them in a serious conversation. I get their contact, which is establishing of contact. Now, the next thing I do is that I start erecting eternal structures in their souls. Uncle Nee calls it emotional banking. Let me break it down. Serving them for free, offering them free value. It can be free advice. This is you. This is now where the networking starts. For most of us, or most of you that have the money, you buy them gifts. Oh my God. Once you have invested in their emotional bank account very well, when it's your time to withdraw, you are going to withdraw to the fullest. When it's your time to withdraw, please confirm if I see have what's my time. Please let me know what I'm doing.
See, I have about 10 minutes now.
10 minutes. Okay, good. So you need to be able to understand how to invest in their emotional bank account. You need to keep depositing. I was at an event in August, I think for Fee's event for Growth Accelerator. One young, maybe he knows me from somewhere, I don't know. He saw me. He saw the way most of my friends, they came to greet me. I was having conversations. I was talking with some of the speakers. I was wearing suit, looking sharp and everything. And the guy just came and said that he works with one tech company like that, and said he wanted to take my number. I'm like, okay. Since you're in a networking event, I gave him my contact. And I think he even met me when I wanted to leave. My Uber guy was already there. I said, okay, since you want to really connect with me, take my contact and then let us have a conversation. Guy, the next thing I saw, this guy was bombarding me with sales messages. Come and register with our app. I'm like, jeez. I'm like, bro, you don't understand marketing at all. You just met me. You don't even know my full name. I'm not sure you know my full name. Okay, yes, you say you know me on social media. That is social media. You don't know me in person. Yes, you like my posts. That is vanity metrics. Yes, I appreciate you for that, right? But you don't know me and you're already selling to me. I can't buy from you. Most realtors are like that. There's even one I blocked this week. He just saw me because I don't even know how he got my contact, maybe in a group or something. The next thing is telling me that he has some real estate investment opportunities for me. He has noticed me for some time, and then he thinks I am buoyant enough to invest in real estate. I'm like, guy, if I want to invest in real estate, I will not leave my friends and come to you. That one met me on Facebook and he just sent hello. You've not even established contact. You've not even invested in a relationship. I've not gotten nothing from you. You are just a parasite. You want to leech on me. You are not even giving anything in return. No relationship, no contact. You are now selling me your broke insurance idea because you think I have the money. I'll jump on it. No, that is not how we market. There are certain people that I have nurtured for like 2 years before they eventually jump on my offer. Especially if you're selling high ticket, you need to understand there's something called delayed gratification when it comes to networking. There are certain relationships you won't have to nurture for like 3 years, following them up, nurturing them until the day you now present an offer to them. Definitely they'll buy from you. Networking doesn't start in the event, it starts after the event. And if you can be able to network rightly, you are going to enjoy what they call your network is your net worth. Well, so you meet us as event. Oh, you, the next thing you are selling to me. It shows you are desperate. It shows you are broke. It shows that you have nothing to offer, and then you now call yourself a realtor. It means you don't know what you're doing. You're not trained. You don't understand the act of selling. Oh, I think I have said a lot about this networking thing. Please go and learn how to
So
network.
much.
Go
So
and
much. I
learn
can
how
relate
to
so much, sir.
go and learn how to network.
Mm,
The best
mm,
of
mm.
deals you will get will come from strangers. Quote me
Yeah.
anywhere. But then you need to understand that for you to be able to get these opportunities, you need to learn how to network. Now, the next on my list as your positioning strategy to becoming a profitable realtor, master your follow up and closing skills. Not all realtors know how to. Not all realtors know how to close. Not all realtors. Oh, okay, sir. I am coming to follow up on you on that deal. Follow up on who? Am I your baby or something? You got a lead. The lead is now in your DM or something, and you tell this lead about your property. You cannot be empathetic. You do not even understand the care model. You don't even understand framing. You jump on sales calls and you're just talking about yourself and you forget about the person who is in front of you. Go and master the act of closing and follow up. How can you have a lead in front of you? The next thing you are doing is, sir, hello, sir. Good morning, sir. I am calling to follow up on you on that deal. You are broke. You're desperate. Get off my phone. Me, I'll just block you out. I thank God for the person who created the block button. Me, I'll block you, delete you out of my life. You're not useful to me. You don't care about me. I used to use a workspace somewhere, and the reason why I used it was because I felt that, okay, I'm not becoming more comfortable at home. I need to work in a workspace. So I used it like 3 times or 4 times, and I had a great experience. But I think the third or fourth time I went there were a lot of noise, and I didn't really appreciate it. And so the admin or the salesperson there now, because I had dropped my phone contact, next thing this lady did was, oh my God, hello, sir. When are we seeing you? And you're not coming again. I'm like, what the hell? You don't even know if I'm busy, if I'm out of town. That is in Port Harcourt. If I'm in Abuja or Lagos, you don't even know my itinerary. You don't even know how busy I am. But you're just concerned about me coming to your workspace to pay money. You are selfish. You do not understand basic consumer psychology, that people love to think about themselves more than anything else. So you want to be able to sell to this person. You cannot even factor simple empathy in your sales process, and you're selling something worth hundreds of thousands, millions, tens of millions, and you want them to just give the money like that. Go and master. This is not a sales class. Go and master follow-up and closing. Go and sharpen your negotiation skills. If you need inspiration, go and watch folks like Ryan Serhant, Grant Cardone. Go and watch how they close. Go and listen to the guys of Wolf of Wall Street, the likes of Uncle Jordan. Go and learn how to close. Listen to Dan Locke. Go and learn how to close. Go and learn how to close. You cannot be profitable as a realtor, wherever you are, who you are, wherever you are based, if you do not know how to close, if you do not know how to follow up. People are going through a lot. They are not thinking about you alone. They have a lot of problems. If you do not follow up on them, you lose the sale. It is a very strong trait or very strong attribute of a successful realtor. Ask all realtors all over the world. They know how to close deals. They know how to start conversations and ending up closing deals with those conversations. I do it a lot. I do it a lot. Cook yourself up. Cook yourself up with these sales and marketing conversations. That's the only way you can be able to get powerful results. I think I would close. Oh, I still have a lot to share. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me just see how I can be able to match up this one. But now, be a value-centric realtor. Everything is not about come and buy land. Are the clients getting value for what you are asking them to buy? Do they buy from you and after buying, they are feeling buyer's remorse? Dear realtor, offer value to your client. This is one way you can be able to get word of mouth marketing. There are certain people I will never refer, because when I bought from you, I had buyer's remorse. Learn to offer value. You know this property is not good. You know that you promise this client that, oh my God, in the next so and so years, in the next 2 years, it will appreciate in value and the property is 500. You know that those locations where the price of the land are that low, 400K, 500K, now 20 years before they will get return on investment, you know, but you still lied and collected their money. 1 year later, the promise you gave them has not been met. They are now feeling bad for upping on that deal with you. But what you do not understand, for every lie you tell, you are crucifying your brand with your own hand. And hope you know, as a realtor, it is good to work with companies, established companies, but your image tells a lot about you and the company you work for. Let me repeat that again. For every lie you tell, you are crucifying your brand, because branding is about promise. Your ability to keep that promise is what makes you a brand. Let me repeat this thing again. I think someone needs to hear this. You lie. Say after 1 year, the person, the land go appreciate from 500K to 2.5 million. But you know that the government of that state is not even willing to build road to pass that place even in the next 5 years. As a realtor, you need to be conversant with the map of the environment. You need to be conversant with the plans that government have. These are things that make you tick. You need to be conversant if there is any surveyor mapping around there. You should know that, see, this area, saying that the next 20 years before development will be able to hit those areas. But you told this client that in the next 1 year, this thing will appreciate and value and they'll be able to make a lot of money. That's a lie. You lied. 1 year came, this person is still suffering. Swamp want to kill the person. You didn't offer value for what you sold. You are selling property as a realtor. You've not even ascertained the durability of that property. And you told them that, oh my God, it is quality materials, it is this, it is that. But 5 months into staying in the apartment, there are cracks everywhere on the wall. There are cracks everywhere on the wall. There are cracks everywhere on the wall. You didn't offer value for what you're selling. So you need to be able to also do your checks. Carry out your research on these properties that you're putting out. It is something you need to do. Because if anything goes wrong, your brand is in the mud. It's fine. Lastly, do your numbers. Do your numbers. Oh my God. Do your numbers. Do your numbers. Do your numbers. If you don't do your numbers, if you do not do your numbers, you will not be able to get so much result. And let me break this down. For every man who wants to be able to make a lot of money, if you do not understand any form of math, you need to be able to understand money math. What does this mean? For every reign of money you want to get to, there's a math you need to be able to carry out so you can be able to establish yourself in this thing. For every successful business owner you see out there, they understand something called the power of numbers. So if you want to be profitable as a realtor, you need to also understand the power of numbers. You need to understand the power of numbers. How can I make XYZ? Okay, let us make it very practical. So as a realtor, your goal is to hit 10 million naira every month. And you know that your commission from XYZ product is 500K. So if you sell this property for say 5 million, 10 million, your flat commission is 500,000 naira. Now your conversation would now be that how many properties can I be able to sell at a commission of 500,000 to give me 10 million naira every month? What do you now need to do? 500,000 multiplied by 20 gives us 10 million. That is it. You need to understand your numbers if you want to be profitable as a realtor. You need to understand your numbers even in your marketing. You need to understand your numbers even in your closing. You need to understand that, yes, you want to be able to get 20 people to buy a property worth of 5 million naira, and your commission is 500K, which is 10%. All right. And now your goal is to be able to get 20 folks to buy so you can be able to hit 10 million naira. Your strategy will be to at least reach over 2,000 people, qualified leads. Now, follow up on that, because in marketing, there is a law called the 1% conversion. A lot of people use 10%, 20%. No, I'm a marketing boy. So you will need to be able to bring it down to 1. Yeah, I use 1%. I know that if I want to make 20 sales, I need to reach out to 2,000 people and not 200 people. There is no way I'll not be able to close up on this 20. Do your numbers. Understand your numbers. Understand your numbers. Understand your numbers. So as I close, this is the part that you might not even expect me to say, but I'll say it anyway. As you start making money, invest in your appearance. As you start making money, invest in your appearance. Because even in sales, first impression matters a lot. In business, especially the kind of business you run, it is a perception driven business. Invest in your appearance. You cannot keep wearing a Pola shoe and you want to sell homes and properties in tens of millions. It's not possible. It's not possible. You can't keep selling a Pola. You can't keep wearing a Pola shoe. I swear to God, your shoe mouth is like this. It is called appearance marketing. Perception is reality. That you look all shiny on social media because you have a good ring light. Then when we see you offline, your shoe is a Pola. And you call yourself a real estate agent. No, you remind me of network marketing people that they'll paste flyers everywhere and say, come for job interview, and you go there, you see
Walking from street to street.
dirty looking people. No, your
Yeah.
job is an executive job. You need to look the part. I learned it from Big Daddy Fella Durutoye. He said in their time, in their early days in consulting, they had to even go and gym. Because you have in industries where you would need to, or you would want to command tens of millions, hundreds of millions, and you're not looking the part. You're not looking the part. You need to look the part to be able to bring in the molars. Appearance marketing is really key. I was in advertising school, and one of the lecturers came in and said that, when he was actually teaching, he said that he went to do a deal with an oil company. So what they wanted was a set of new logos for their brands, and he charged them, I think 5 million naira, just to be able to do a rebranding. And he was young at the time, so he went there, and his phone screen, right, was cracked, and then he had something that he used to cover the phone like this. So he was on the table, and the founder of this brand was there with him and everyone, and his phone rang, and then he opened it to check who was calling, and then the the founder now saw how scattered his screen was, and he said, Ozone, Ozone, this phone doesn't fit your brand. Ozone is the person's name. He said, Ozone, Ozone, this phone doesn't fit your brand. Now, he said he was lucky that the man has already signed the check. He has already signed the check because the man said if he had not signed that check, you wouldn't have done the business with him. Out somewhere, actually sipping coffee with some friends, and we're actually discussing business, and one of them said that he lost a deal with Echo Hotel to make some supplies. Here was the mistake he made that lost that deal. You are bidding for a multi-million naira deal with Echo Hotel. You're going there for your first pitch, because when these big brands want to be able to work with vendors and agencies, you need to go and pitch yourself firstly. All right. So he went there in running this speech. He went there with Uber and also went with his boy. All right. He got in, did the pitches. The people liked his speech. They liked his presentation. So when he was about to go, the the director, all right, followed him outside to see the mob that he came with. When they went outside, he now stood waiting to book an Uber. He stood waiting to book an Uber. That was what cost him that deal. Listen, I'm saying, most of these young people on social media will not understand what I'm saying. Appearance. There's something called appearance marketing. I was speaking with one of the very great and amazing public speakers in PH. He said he lost a deal because he went for the pitch with a Toyota Corolla. I was actually speaking with one of my very big senior colleagues and mentor. I asked him, why did you buy Benz? He said, it's for the business. This is a part of branding that most people do not even understand. Appearance marketing is key in your branding and positioning. You dey go conference now, unpressed, dirty white shirt. Now they wear they go, no clean haircut, your beds are just everywhere, your wig is smelling, your nails are dirty, you look so awkward, body odor, mouth odor, simple perfume you cannot wear. Appearance marketing. What you don't know that because you have put yourself out there, you need to understand that your best is not enough. The bar has been set. If you cannot meet the bar, leave the race. The bar has been set. If you cannot meet the bar, leave the race. Nobody has your time. You can't say, I'm giving my best. I tell people, do not give your best, give what is required. Your best might not be enough. If your best is 7/10, that is not enough. The requirement, if you want to get an A, and they say the requirement for an A is 80/100, and you say your best is only 50, is that excellent? No, the bar has been set. Your best might not be enough. In conclusion, I would say that the amount of money you want to be able to make, all right, the amount of money you will be able to make as a realtor, the amount of money, the millions, the tens of millions you want to make, and how you want to make them is dependent on your integrity quotient. I would always say, in this our business, reputation is a commodity. Reputation is a commodity. Mercy, I'm done. Is Mercy here? Hello, Mercy. Oh my God, I think she's not here. Oh.
I'm so sorry. I'm here now. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. You weren't even thinking of spending a lot of time with us, but you did. I am so grateful. I'm very sure that those that were here live got value, and those that are going to be watching the replay or the recording are going to get even much more value. Thank you so much. So I want to take question, just very few, maybe just one question, because um, speaker has a lot of engagement. Thank you so much for the sacrifice to be here. So just want to take one question at best. So if you have a question, just put it in the comment section quickly. Do we have a question? Do we have a question? Okay, I think we have a question. I think we have a question. Okay. Guys saying I'm shy. I'm shy. I do not go for programs. Please, sir. How do I position myself through networking? I am shy. I do not go for programs. How do I position myself through networking?
Joe, you know your answer already. I just wanted to be able to kill your shyness and move on. All right. So it's no big deal. So there's just one day where you just have your realization. All right. So you just need to kill your shyness and then move on. That's it. So because um everybody was one shy. Me that's talking like this with so much energy. I was one shy.
Mm.
Right. In fact, mine was worse because I was a chronic stammerer. I couldn't even pronounce my name, God's will, without Jesus. It was so, in fact, I was the stammerer of stammerers. I was so good in stammering that stammerers called me stammerer. They said it was from childbirth, all manner of things were said, but I sat with myself and I told myself that, see, God's will, I really need to work on this thing because, see, I have a great voice, I have a great aura, I have, in fact, this thing also affected my self confidence, affected my esteem. I had to work on it. The book that saved my ass was How to Talk to Anyone, Anywhere, Anyhow by Larry King. So if you want to be able to deal with your shyness, go on YouTube and search how can
Yes.
I undo shyness. That I was taking YouTube classes on working on my speaking, my fluency, my eloquence, my grammar, punctuations, taking out filter words and all of those things. Guy, I was damn good. So you need to be able to see, do away with your shyness and move on, bro. Move
Move on,
on.
move on,
I
move
wasn't
on.
like this before. I had to make myself see. There's something I learned from jail. Is it jail or who? They talked about the act of reparenting. That this is who you are. You say you're an introvert. You can reparent yourself into the next version of you. That's one thing. Number two, you can also reinvent yourself into a better version of you. It's simple. Okay, it's
For
very
results,
simple.
for great results. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I would need to leave now because
Thank you so,
they've
so
been
much.
buzzing me a lot more. So it's fine.
Thank you
It's
so,
fine.
so
Okay.
much, sir. Thank you, sir. We learned a lot. We learned a lot. It was such a pleasure having you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay then.
Wow. 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 Such an amazing section. Because personally, when I started watching Dan Locke's videos, when I started watching his videos, it's really helped me because he mentioned a lot of persons that you can watch online, you can learn from. Personally, when I learned about Dan Locke, wow, it actually changed a part of the game for me. Apart from the fact that um, coaching is still very, very required. He didn't talk so much about coaching, although yeah, he mentioned sponsors and mentors. Yeah, so he actually mentioned it. Mentorship is very, very important. We're not saying you should go to the high mountains, go to Grant Cardone because you see all his posting and everything because his audience is actually very, very different from yours. Very, very different. There was a video I made and I shared that okay, it was, I even still made a post about it on Facebook. I shared that there was a time in my life that I wasn't able to access a lot of physical programs and even virtual programs because where I was having my program then was a very bad network, had a very bad network rather, where I was having my internship program. But and I decided that okay, let me read some books and it was a struggle. I really, really struggled that period. And so I was like, let me find a way and look for network somehow to attend programs by my coach. And it's really helped me. So coaching helps a lot. As long as you listen to other persons, outside the country, also look for someone that relates very well to your market, to what you do, to the setting you are in. It's very, very powerful. Trust me. Sex Agbede said, Mr. Gosway can fire. That it's such an important. Seriously, talked about the 12 branding archetypes. I'm going to get the name. He mentioned a lot of names in this video. I'm going to get the names of some of all of them, and share with the community on WhatsApp, and you can find them, follow them, especially if they are in Nigeria, if they are in your exact setting, follow them a lot. You talked about loyalty being a stream of income. People have put it in different. In fact, we have it in different ways, but that is the truth. Loyalty is such a great stream of income. I was telling my brothers recently, after my birthday, I was telling them that I closed the biggest deal ever, like the biggest real estate deal ever. Like, I made so much commission. Commission is like the percentage of the amount you are paid. It's like the salary you are paid, but this time not monthly. It's as you sell. So I made so good a commission, and I was like, wow. And what brought that? It was referral, it was recommendation, it was me giving out value. It was, in fact, I didn't see it coming at all. Just a few days after my birthday, we closed that sale. It was amazing. So please, and that why I'm asking about this, because of loyalty. That person trusted me, so he could trust me with even a bigger deal. Not even that he was paying for, but that someone was paying for. He could trust me with that big amount. So please, please, not just follow for following's sake. Build a lot. Build following with them. Build loyalty with them. Let them be able to trust you and see that you're not just here for what you get, but how to also. You cannot really help them. Let not be saying that you will help them. It's not really help. But follow them, because follow them as you are getting something. Also have the way you add value. Like he said, gifts. Even Madam Melody talked about it too. In fact, they were all synchronizing, because Madam Melody talked about buyer's remorse, talked about value marketing, and he talked about the same thing. But today was just our speakers being so much in the spirit, So you can already tell that tomorrow is not going to be any lesser. So you're going to find your way here tomorrow, same time, 5 p.m. Facebook, YouTube, whatever platform is convenient for you, and join us live. Because when you join live, you can ask your questions. When you watch a replay, recording, you might have questions in your heart that you'd have loved to ask, but because we're not live, you could not ask them. So join live so that you can ask questions. You can feel the presence, see how this person. Because at times even non-verbal communication can make you see that, oh, this is how to do things, this is how to do. So follow live. So we'll be expecting you tomorrow at the Real Estate Conference 2024 dates. We're going to be having a property lawyer in the house, Barrister James Etuse. Trust me, whether as a realtor and selling to people, or as an investor, you want to learn about the law so that you know how to be careful and how to be on this journey safely. All right, so it has been a wonderful evening, wonderful evening, and I am very, very, very glad that we're here. Thank you so much for everybody that was here for favorites. I saw Success. I saw Madam Lady was our speaker rather. I saw favorite at the time. I saw Stokes Billionaire also. So thank you so much for being here. Our Facebook viewers too, thank you so much for being here. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, 5 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. All right, have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye for now.